just want to share a brief of the work we have been doing to promote equity. One of the principles of public finance management is equity. So this is a principle that is very dear in our work as ZGG because we target marginalized and vulnerable groups. That's why sometimes you see most of our work is not in Eldama Ravine town or Kabarnet town, but we really go to the grassroots to ensure that there is equitable development. So our target groups remain women, youth, persons with disability, ethnic minorities, and so on. In the access to water, which is a very critical sector around human rights, Baringo County we are doing so badly. I think it has been said we are 7th from the worst as per the latest available data. We had more than 30% of residents of Baringo walking for more than 30 minutes in search of water. I think that all of you understand the implication. So even then, at the ward level, we noticed through this research is that there are wards that are doing so well, others are really struggling. So you can see from number 1 is Ravine Ward, and the last one there is Silale and Tirioko. So we have been analyzing budgets to see if we are really responsive to the problem facing us as a resident of Baringo. Also, you can see the table. Water sector has continuously received an increment in allocation, and that's a positive step. It's a step to the right direction. If you see, it has gone from 8% of the share to 9% to 11%, and now we are at around 14%. But then the problem is, how do we share these monies? For example, in the year 2019-2020, how do we share the 1.1 billion? It is shared at the ward level, most of it. How is it shared? All the wards first, because all this is in the resource envelope, so it's shared equally. Because every ward gets all of us have gone to public participation, and if you have not, I would encourage you to go. It's the best place where you can address your issues. So the problem starts here. The resources, the equal approach has led to a problematic way of addressing inequalities. We went ahead to look at the implementation reports from the Controller of Budget Office to even the county implementation reports. And you can see in that table that there is no trend. It's erratic. In these flagship projects, zenye ziko kwa 2020-2021, and I can challenge you to go and read the ADP, you realize 2% of those projects will go to where? Eldama Ravine. Baringo Central will take 33%. Baringo South with a percentage of around 2.3%. Apart from the shared amount, there is nothing that was allocated to Baringo South in the flagship projects. In Mogotio, with a coverage of around 17.4%, only 7% was allocated. And then in Tiati, with a coverage of around 10% as average, only 4%. Generally, what we are saying is that the arbitrary allocation at the ward level, people just say, we want water. They are not thinking about which regions, how I wish even if you are given 30 million, we say in our county, in our ward, the problem is water, let's struggle with it. But I know all departments must get something. So it's something to reflect at the ward level. Another problem that why the indicators are not changing is slow implementation. All of us know, and it has been said even in that meeting. If you roll over 400 million, suppose all those projects were to be done in good time, so it would have a high impact. So I think that is clear. So that's another problem. That's why we are not moving. So our interventions and what we commit to do even moving forward, we will continue to do sustained civic education. You will meet our civic educators doing civic education for our groups, and that's the same with all the civil society. We'll continue to do community organizing. Without backs of this meeting would not have been successful. So we have appreciated the need for community organizing, especially at the CSO level and at the community level. We also have budget champions who will continue to ask difficult questions around inequalities. We'll do research, budget analysis, and engagement. So we'll continue to do that. Dissemination of information like what we are doing today. I hope all of us have gotten information that can inform our decisions in our budget meetings. We'll support peer learning. How did you see today? I guess it was a very wonderful meeting. The appreciation of the word equity versus equality. I think you can even see from the speeches that people don't appreciate the magnitude of this word equity. Yet sustainable development means if your brother does not develop, you don't develop. You know that? You can see even in the stories of Baringo. So that appreciation is very low even among citizens. And then the county resource envelope being thin. Even if we shared equitably, we would move very little. And then up-to-date data on inequalities is not there. And then equal allocation practices have been so entrenched such that alternative methods are being suppressed. Recommendations, what are we saying? There is need for a policy. Policy will make you deliberate. Because with the policy, you just go back to the policy. What does it say? Even CSOs, we hold the government to account, but there is no policy. We can only rely on the constitution, which says resources must be shared equitably. But there is no policy at the county level to bring us up to speed. Need for the county government of Baringo to generate, update, and disseminate data. That has been emphasized in the meeting. Need for continuous sensitization. So everybody in this place, please, you are our ambassadors. Go back there, tell people to think equity. And when we are thinking flagships, especially at the sub-county level, I know flagships are discussed at the sub-county level. Some people should say even tuachie tu hawa. Yeah, given the levels of access, maybe in health tuachie hawa, in water tuachie hawa, so that we see things, our county developing equitably. Otherwise, we'll have the same issues that were being said as a word that is Singapore and another word that is Burundi. I don't know why Burundi. It's a technical advice during public participation. So ward administrators, and I'm happy you are so many of you here, please ensure that whenever we are doing public participation, there is technical officers, so that we identify projects that move things. If you look at the reasons why some of the projects are not moving, is the technical viability. So we need to have the extension officers from agriculture, the water engineers in our public participation, so that they can tell us this is what will move. And finally, we will continue to tap into this potential of peer learning. The principle of equity remains one of the most elusive of those enumerated in Article 10 of the Constitution of Kenya. It should be recalled that in pursuit for equity is towards redressing historical injustices that were cited among the causative factors for the 2008 post-election violence. Indeed, devolution is envisaged as the main vehicle through which equity will be realized. Therefore, it behoves all of us, the county governments, the CSOs, the citizens, civic educators, to take deliberate steps and place equity at the center of policy, legislation, formulation, and implementation. Considering that citizens play a critical role towards this end, CDGG commits to continue sensitizing the public on the need to factor the equity state of affairs in priority setting and resource allocation. Working with BACSOF, Baringo Civil Society Forum, CDGG shall continue with budget analysis and sharing feedback with county authorities as a basis for assessing progress towards realization of the principle of equity. At the same time, CDGG and our partners will continue to provide platform for peer review.
I want to really appreciate the work CDGG are doing. From the start of this county government, we've been working together. And for us, the community members, I think this message is to us. Because most of the time we call for public participation meetings where we go and share these, identify projects, prioritize, and do all these kind of things. But people don't attend. When you don't attend, it will mean nobody will agitate what you wanted to be done in that village and in that location or in that sub-county. So I think it is good for us, the community members, to take this message very positive and to make sure you attend to public participations and be part of it, not just to attend but to participate and contribute things which will help the community address some issues that are affecting us.